Hi all, it's Maureen here at Stitch Mac, and I'm back. It's the end of May. And yeah, so I'm just going to catch up with what I've been up to the last few weeks. I went to do this the other day in my car, so I packed everything up and I took it with me and got in the car at lunchtime and I went, okay, where am I putting my phone? Because update from the last video, when I was talking about my car, it was, yeah, not good. Yeah, it really wasn't good. I think I uploaded that video. I did that video on the Monday afternoon, and by the Monday night, I bought a new car. And it got delivered that like 2 days later because my car, yeah, the car was playing up, but funny, it was flashing lights. And then that Monday night, I went and picked it up from the garage because it'd been in the garage. And I went and picked it up because they couldn't find anything wrong with it. And I went, drove it home, and it was going beep, 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 beep. And it was just, I was like, okay, this is not good. This is not good. It's trying to tell me to not drive this car. So that's what I did. So I took the car back into the garage and they were like, okay, right, we've done all the cheap stuff we can do. We're literally going to have to strip the engine now, and everything we do is just, the cost is just going and I was like, okay, and the value of the car is like there, and their costs are like, and I was like, no, it's gone. It's done. So my garage ended up just buying the car off me. They were like, right, well, we'll try and get an engine because it was probably going to need a new engine. They were just going to try and do some stuff for it and keep it on as a courtesy car. And I was like, well, that's good because then I'll get drive it when I come back. It's a little bit here, isn't it? When, oh, sorry, just a spare. When I'm next back in for a service. So anyway, to cut a long story short, ends up with a new car 2 days later. So this was the first time I went to go into another one, get in the car, and went, oh, okay. Whereas, like, I used to have like there was like a little indented shelf, and my phone sat perfectly in there. And that was where I could video, no problem. And that was always where I did the sat nav and everything like that from my phone. Whereas this car, it's got nice, lovely, nice touch screen in the middle of the dashboard, and it's all fancy, all thing. But there's nowhere to put my phone. I currently you're on a little phone holder at the moment, so I need to bring I've got a couple of phone holders in the house. I'll bring those and try them in the car. It's on a slight, but it's curved. I don't even know if there's a flat bit that I'm going to be able to. This might scupper my whole, floss tube from the car. Anyway, so to catch up from, so I think it's probably about a month ago. I think I have done. Yeah, I hadn't done a floss tube for a few weeks. I've been stitching every day as normal, but just not on that many things. I was working on my Cartographica, which I'll just show you in a minute. I'd got a bit behind in April, so for most of May I was catching up April stitching and then doing May stitching. So I was spending a lot of time on that, but I'll just show you that now because I'm up to date now. Excuse me. So we are now. Look, I took it off. So as you see, we're completely across. Completely across. So for April and May, I have been working on here. I forgot these. Yes. As you will see from the numerous threads hanging down, there's a lot of colour change. There's not many colours. It's like confetti, but it's just it's not like odd stitches, but it's just a lot of. There's no block. It's all square. So that was quite time consuming. I've kind of got into the groove of it now. I kind of worked out the best way of doing it was kind of like do it in blocks of 10, not rigidly like in a block of 10 so that it was so it's getting lines or anything like that, but just blocks of 10 and kind of keeping to a little bit, and then I came over and did a little bit there. The reason there's gap there is that's 407. I had to order it. I had to run out. So I'm just, well, actually, no, there's two colours there. So I had replenished my stock of that, and I'll carry on with that next one. But yeah, I'm really chuffed that like I've made it right across, and this wheel's gone so much quicker than the last one. So yeah, so that's my lovely Cartographica Excel Tilton Crafts 10 stitch 20 count fabric probably. So yeah, so what I'll do, I think for next month is I'll just start working down, doing a bit more of this. I like to do these, like this is a border obviously, and I do this like in squares of 10 because it just keeps, obviously it's not gridded fabric, so that just makes a nice little grid and keeps me kind of right here. But yeah, I'll just do another 3,000 stitches in June because that's me up to date with this and on course for my goal of 10% each year. So this will bring me up to 30%. Only another 7 years to go. So the other thing I worked on, like I say, so that did take up quite a bit of my time. Oh no, where have I put it there? That took up quite a bit of my time. Because that, I mean, honest to God, those, sorry, just to show you this bit here. So I think April I did like mostly this. May I was like, I kind of caught up myself because I was kind of over in this one. This just took me days and days. We just felt like it was never ending. I remember I was off one weekend, sat one weekend like for all day, and I did some like 300 stitches. If I was like, are you actually shitting me? This is just, but I've made it through. I'm halfway through that wheel. So yeah, so that's how it took a lot of my time to get caught up with that. So my full coverage Fanatics monthly colour thing is my Tardis. So it's a lovely blue, and that's blue. That's all blue. Lots of blue. I think it must have been blue. There's a monthly colour. So I just worked a bit more on this. I think I did 1,000 stitches. I mostly did black. This month I was mostly working on black. Actually no, I tell I did black, and then I ventured into 939. There's actually blues in there. A little bit navies in there. And a little bit. So, you know, that's about halfway. So, yeah, I was just filling in around this bit. There's a lot of block stitching. I don't know how long it's gonna, and it's one of those things you think that should be easy, but I don't know what it is. It just seems to take forever to do. Okay, no rush. But yeah. So I don't know where to do that. I don't know where to go next time to venture over. I quite like doing like the full. It reassures me that I've measured things right, as I will tell you. But later. But yeah. Yeah, lots to do in that. Lots. But you know, one day. So that was that one. And then for my two whip go calls, numbers. So my first one was, I'll try and actually stick a picture of this in here. I'll show you it in black and white. It's not very exciting, black and white. But it's Carolyn Manning. If I can find the colour picture of it, I'll show you the colour picture of it. This is called Sunset. It's a Shooting Star collection. So I have got Sunset and Sunrise. Sunrise is kind of yellow. This is Sunset. So this was my whip-go call. And so I worked on essentially the colours I had as I found that. Sorry about that. So yeah, you'll see the kind of colours that's coming out. So also oranges and purples and reds, sunset colours. But show the missing bits. These are all colours I didn't have. Because these are new DMC. They seem to be, I think these ones up here are the new, there's like a purple ones, DMC colours, like the 0 to 35. And of course, I think I had like the other, every other colour, but these ones. So again, ordered those. So they're bought. And so the next time I work on this, I can fill in these bits. Oh, that's like the top page. I'm really enjoying that. The colours and that's nice working, nice bright colours. And now I'm not working on the last one I worked on. I made the other Carolyn Manning I'm working on. Sorry. I made the mistake of putting it on gridded fabric. Because I was like, that's full coverage. But confusingly, the squares on here, that obviously it's charted 10 by 10, but the squares are 9 by 9. The actual quilty squares are like 9 by 9 or something like that, and it just confuses you. You're like, okay, your brain's like, it should be a square. So don't do it in gridded fabric. So what was that? The other gold piece that was called, which interesting, don't have, was my Winter Cometh by Summer House Stitchworks. I think that's what there's 4. Is it Spring Awaken, Spring Refresh, Summer Refreshes or something? Could be just making that up off the top of my head. But anyway, Winter Cometh. Yeah, so I started, I sat and I did a few stitches, and I'm looking, I'm going, this just doesn't, this just doesn't seem right. I'm only so far along and not much more fabric. And yeah, so I got my wee measuring tape out, and why I'd started it, I've started it too far across. So if I went right across the end, I'd have like a little bit left. So I was like, I can either pull it all out and start again, because I think the fabric was big enough to, or I think I could have, I don't know if I turned the fabric lengthways, I would have been able to fit it all in. But either way, I was just like, I'm not loving this. I'm not. This is the set. I restarted it on this fabric. First fabric I didn't like. I restarted it on this, and I'm still like, I don't want to do this. Don't want to do it. My goal had been to finish it, so I finished it by just ignoring it and deleting it. It's gone. It's no more. The fabric I'll use. I've got other lovely seasonal stuff. I was like, yep, not wasting my time doing this. My dog's on her last morning. She's been barking all day. She's like an overtired toddler. We've been out all morning. And she just won't go to sleep. And she gets really grumpy and tired and barky. She needs to sleep. Sorry, yeah, so I just was like, nah, I'm not wasting my time on this. So that was that. So I've got a few days left of May. I've been working, so I'm just working on the random things. The wee random things that are just, I've got like a couple of Briscornians that are just annoying me, because I feel like I've spent far too much time on them. In fact, if I actually probably not, I'm not, in my amount of stitching time is not that much, because I'm only picking them up every so often. But, I really feel like, I'm like, how am I still doing this? There's nothing to this. Why am I still stitching on this? So I'm stitching on those. I've got a pair of socks. I'm stitching one. I kind of made a bit more progress on the second sock. I've been doing some beading, which I'll hopefully show in another video. That I can't bother showing it now because it's in a delicate position and I'm not taking it. So and hoping for a finish. I'm gonna go. Yeah, so just doing kind of random odds and sods. So that's that for May. In June, I will then All right, yeah, no, my June, the Whipco number's been called, so I think it was Rapunzel. I think for me it was Rapunzel. That is Mirabelle Rapunzel, and Bewitched Park. So that was fine. I'm just writing that down. That's in my head. So I've not got much to talk about for stitching wise, so I thought I'd talk about some other flosstubers. I'd give some shouts out, talk about some other flosstubers, because like I said, I've been stitching a lot, but not on a lot. So I'll go through my list of people I'm subscribed to and just start alphabetically. I'm not going to go through them all today. I'm just doing a couple. I'll do a couple every kind of try and do a flosstube. So alphabetically, I start with. It was really quite interesting actually, because you start going through your subscriptions and you get people and you're like, well, what happened to them? They haven't made a video in about 3 years. Are they still? You know, it's that way. It's like, are they still like, oh my god, what's happened to these people? I like it if somebody's going to stop doing flosstube to say that's it. Sorry, this is my last one. I don't want to do it anymore, because I understand it can be a pain in the backside. It's fun doing it, and I love watching people doing it, and I like talking about my stuff and showing it off and everything. But it's especially if you're working a lot. It's valuable stitching time you're using to talk about your stitching. And that's why I don't edit or do. I try not edit or do anything like that, because that's just getting silly. So I appreciate that there's a lot of people will start it and then you just drift off, and once you've lost the kind of rhythm of it, you're just not going to get back into it. But it'd be nice if they just probably post up and saying, hi, I'm still alive, but I just don't want to do it anymore. That's my little thing. I will try and remember if I ever do get to the point, even if it is just like a few months later, and just say like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just haven't done it. Little thing. Because it was last night. There was somebody else I watched, nothing to do with stitching, but she had come on and explained why she hadn't been on YouTube for a long while, and that she probably wouldn't be coming back. And it's nice because you're just like, yeah, you don't know these people personally, but you're like, you've been following them in their lives and all they're up to. It's like nice just to know, right, okay, that's fine. Okay, so everything's good. There's just, this is why you're not doing it anymore. Brilliant. That's just a little thing. Anyway, so I'm going to start at the beginning of the alphabet with A. So the first one that I described to is Alpha Stitcher, who is Amanda. And she is to me, she is chief enabler and just whole queen. She's just great at everything like that. And all I'm going to say is I have now got a packet of licorice all sorts in my car, because when I was in Morrison's yesterday, I don't know why I suddenly saw a packet of licorice all sorts and went, oh, I really fancy one of those. I'm blaming her for it. I just had caught up with her videos the other week. Don't know why it's in my head. But I was like, ooh, licorice all sorts. Yeah, I'll have some of them. Thanks. But yeah, she is into a lot of small, sorry, don't want to say smaller stuff. For me, smaller stuff, a lot of little lovely little blackbird sound, all that kind of stuff, primitive stuff, and lots of little quakers. She is, yeah, lots of lovely little stuff, and buys a lot of stuff. So it's great to watch, seeing. Ooh. It's like, it's like a shopping channel, and you're like, oh wow, ooh, what are you bought now? Oh, I'll buy some of that. So I really like Alpha Stitcher. She's a fellow Scot as well. There's not enough as. Excuse me. Sorry, yeah, as I was saying, so fellow Scot. There's not enough of us on flosstube. So yeah, she is one to watch. The next on my list is Anne. I'd say her name. Podless. She's Anne Podless. Something. Sorry, Anne. I really don't know how to say your name. Fiberfloss and Fiction, but her channel name is Anne something. So, but she's Fiberfloss and Fiction, and she's lovely. She runs Full Coverage Fanatics. Oh, she's out there. Sorry, son has now taken the dog up the stairs because she's driving me barmy. Yeah, Fibre Floss and Fiction, and she runs Full Coverage Fanatics along with Kim, Spartan Stitcher. And she used to do quite a lot regular floss tubes. And she's not done so many recently, but every so often she really puts. And she says in the title, Fibre Floss and Fiction, she talks about cross stitch, she talks a lot about knitting, she does a lot of yarn stuff. Sorry. And books. And it's good. She does. I like books because I've picked up a few recommendations from her. She does a lot of full coverage, and she does a beautiful chatelaine. She did a beautiful the Arizona because she lives down in that part of America, and lovely big the Arizonian New Mexican one. Can't remember what it's called, but desert. Maybe is it just desert mandala, something like that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So now we're on to the bees. So B for billet stitch. I like watching it. He does a lot of, what. That's really embarrassing. It's like you suddenly realize you don't know what people's names actually are. God, I cannot think. Anyway, he does a lot of big like samplers and stuff like that. I think I've still got one of his to watch. So yeah, he's been around for years. He's got loads of people watching him. And then we're on to C. Don't know why there's not many more B's. We've got Candice K. Candice. And yeah, I like watching her. She's American lady. And she does some full coverage. I tend to watch people that do full coverage. I must admit, sometimes I like watching stuff that other people do. I'm not. Yeah, I tend to kind of gravitate towards them more. Yeah, so she does a lot of full coverage stuff and some other stuff as well. So good. I'm rubbish at describing things, but I like watching them. I like my main kind of criteria for watching it is I like people that just sit and talk, and it's nothing fancy. I don't need fancy graphics. I don't need fancy now. I'm not watching a TV show. If I want to watch a TV show, I'll watch a TV show. I like just you coming on, and it's like you're sitting with your pal, and you're just that's it, and you're just I just want to see what they've been doing, and I like a little life update. I like just hearing about I don't mind them talking about just where things are at and that, and just as if you were listening to a pal. So yeah, that's generally my criteria for watching Foster. And then another one is the next one on this little list is Craft Emily, who is she's near Scottish. She only lives over the border. And she's very much, here I am. This is it. I'm doing this. Take it or leave it. And she does. She just does amazing stuff. And the amount of stuff that she does a lot of full coverage and long dog stuff, and just somehow had like a million kids, works loads of hours, and then stitches. I don't know how many hours. I don't know how many hours this woman has in a day. She must have more than everyone else because I don't know where she fits it in. She just seems. It's like I just don't know. She also just doesn't sleep because I don't know how she fits it all in. But yeah, she does lovely stuff as well. So yeah, that's my little shout outs. I'll put them in the link below. I'm going to try and start shouting out people because I think it's nice. Nice to feel appreciated. Anyway, 24 minutes, that's enough for me waffling. I'm really thirsty. I'm going to watch the rest of Grand Prix. And then go into the garden because the sun is shining. But that's my plans, and carry on with my beading. The one that needs beaded. And like, fingers crossed, it'll be beaded, washed, tarted up as much as possible. Ready for the next one. That's the plan. Anyway, folks, right. That's me done. And I will see you all in a few weeks, maybe. Maybe less, maybe more. Who knows? Thank you very much. Subscribe, like, do that thing. which I'm really bad at. Try and comment, I try and comment, I try and like, and try and remember, but I tend to just, burn through them. But please do. Be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.